So I recently started watching Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, and can I just say it is actually amazing. The only really good anime I've ever watched is One Piece, and it's like the only anime I watched, to be honest. And my friend he recommended me Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. To be honest, I did not feel like it whatsoever because of the crazy and zesty memes, but I gave it a go. Watched like the first, I think, two episodes, and based off just that. Dio Brando is an actual menace, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, the main protagonist, Jonathan Joestar, and the main antagonist, Dio Brando. Um, that's what Phantom Blood is basically about. Uh, Dio is a menace throughout the entire part one, and he literally does the craziest things to get back at Jonathan, because they have like a little rivalry going. He literally kisses Jonathan's girlfriend, Marina, I think Pendleton. I forgot her last name, to be honest. And when he gets feisty, cause like the rivalry, and shit, he finds a stone mask, puts it on, and becomes a goddamn vampire. All right. He kills Danny the dog. Danny the dog was goaded, and then he kills Jonathan's dad too. And then Jonathan gets obviously mad. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure it was George Joestar. What a goat, man! That guy was actually pretty cool, and yeah, he's British, I think. And he 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 gets like killed by Dio, and then Jonathan gets clapped because Dio's literally a vampire now, and so because he gets clapped, he comes back. He teams with Speedwagon, the creator of the Speedwagon Foundation, and then he teams with William A. Zappelli. Zappelli's a goat. I'm gonna be honest. Bro is actually a like insanely skilled individual, but then he kills. No, he gets killed by Dio in the later fight, which is actually I think like great. But yeah, Zappelli though, man, is actually a goat. I can't lie. He really is a Chad among Chads. And then after Jonathan eventually kills Dio in actually the most crazy way, I know that was plot armor. I can't lie. Uh, he ends up trying to go to the U.S. of A. But then the crazy thing is there was an entire ass ship explosion. I don't know how that happened. And Jonathan, to save Arena with his child, he kills himself basically. But Arena's a bum. I don't like her anyways. And it was actually kind of sad to lose Jonathan, like towards the end. I'm gonna be honest. But um, I'm gonna be honest. That outro is actually a really good outro. It was a shock to me, but it was like genuinely deep. I've heard a lot about JoJo's, and it's like cultural influence and shit. This the style of the characters, shit like that. But due to the meme, I thought it was some like zesty ass like anime with like crazy shit going on. But like genuinely, Araki, JoJo's creator, proved me wrong completely. Like it proved me completely wrong. And I, honestly, like I take fault to that because bro, this is peak. If you haven't watched JoJo's yet, like watch it, man. This isn't get like this shit ain't Jesse at all. Other than like maybe a few clips, but on like it's not zesty. You should really watch it. On top of its style though, can I just say JoJo's characters are like drip to the fucking max. Why do they have the craziest character designs ever? They have such. It goes from William Zappelli to like Dio Brando to Jonathan Joestar. These guys have the craziest drip. And then can I just mention Speedwagon and his drip? That's like peak drip. He's a waifu up there. And I've seen like JoJo's characters from different parts, alright? But for some reason they changed drastically between every part. I think there's like a somewhat the same thing between part one and two, but like three, four, five, and like six, they changed the art style completely. And then I've seen manga panels for part seven. It's even more different. And I don't know if it's animation or it's just like Araki going crazy, but like it's actually really cool. Like props to Araki, man. He created peak fiction. Okay. The first part of a 8-part series, uh, already going on a good start, and I've heard it was like the worst part. So that's actually kind of crazy. Anyways, this is the first episode of a 8-part series because I'm gonna read all eight things, or watch six and then read two. But yeah, stay tuned for the battle tendencies videos. It's gonna come out soon, as soon as I finish what it's like 12 episodes. So yeah.